Hi, I'm Andrew, and welcome to Plant Life Project. Well, for the past few years, Hygger brand aquarium lights have been growing in popularity, and it's not surprising. They're a great quality light, they're reasonably priced, and they offer features for beginners and advanced aquarists alike. But there's one important thing about these lights that no one seems to really be talking about, which we will talk about in a few minutes. But first, let me share some of my experience of these lights with you, and we'll look at the three main features that this full spectrum light offers. The model we're looking at today is the HG-957 full spectrum 36 watt, designed to fit a 24 to 30 inch tank, rated between 6,500 to 10,000 Kelvin and 1,984 lumens. I have been using a Hygger light on my 75-gallon tank for over 1 year now, and I love it. As I was planning out a new project, someone at Hygger reached out to me, asked me to do a product review, and sent me this free light. Now, I'm happy to do this review. I was actually going to buy this model light anyway for this project, so it was actually perfect timing, and that just doesn't happen very often. This light has many features, but today we're going to keep things simple, and we're going to look at the three main operating modes. The first mode is the 24-hour light cycle, which is designed to mimic the natural light cycle of the sun. It turns on slowly, increasing in brightness to peak intensity, and it slowly dims and eventually turns off, after which the blue lights turn on for a few hours, which simulates the moonlight, and then the lights turn off completely. Now, this comes already programmed. All you have to do is plug it in and set the current time on the display and walk away. However, you can customize this feature to your preference. For example, if you only want the daylight to be 6 hours long and the moonlight to be 1 hour, you can adjust the time settings of this mode to fit your needs. The second is manual mode. Now, this is just if you want a light you can turn on and off. You can adjust the light intensity and change colors, but only the light intensity will remain saved when you turn it off in this mode. And number three is DIY mode. Now, this is the most complicated. You can go in and actually change the 8 different light levels, the intensity, start time, and end time of each level. So this gives you the greatest degree of control over your lighting if you're into that sort of thing. Personally, I don't think I'll use this mode, but it is there for those who want to. Now, there are a few cons to this light. The first one is the buttons on the display panel are far too sensitive, especially the power button. So it's possible to accidentally turn the light on or off just by your hand hovering too closely to the panel. And the second con is the instructions can seem a little complicated at first. It took me a little while just playing around with the light, but the more I played around with it, the more clear the instructions became. So it really is not too unreasonable, I don't think. Anytime you get something new like this, you just have to learn how to operate it. No light's going to be perfect. These are just a few cons that I noticed, but they are by no means deal breakers in my opinion. Now, there's one thing that nobody really seems to be talking about concerning Hygger lights, and that is, can they grow aquarium plants? Now, thankfully, I have some experience that I can share with you on this topic. Earlier, I mentioned that I've been using a Hygger light on a different tank for over a year now, and it is a slightly different model than the one we're looking at today. It is a 42 watt full spectrum light that's rated at 6,500 Kelvin, and it runs 6 hours daily. The plants growing in this tank are Italian Val, Amazon Sword, water wisteria, Amazon frogbit, and duckweed. Over this past year, I've had to thin out many of these plants, especially the Italian Val, at least 3 different times. The Amazon Sword has multiplied. It's on its 3rd generation now. The water wisteria was growing quite well until I added some black skirt tetras, who demolished it. But there are some stems that have survived if the fish will leave them alone. So the answer is yes, these lights can grow aquarium plants. Well, based on my previous experience with using Hygger aquarium lights, it was a no-brainer for me to choose another one for a new tank. And since this model is rated for up to 10,000 Kelvin, I'll have the option of growing plants that require higher light levels if I want to in the future. So whether you're looking for your first tank light or you're a seasoned aquarist, I think this Hygger Aquarium Light has something great to offer you. And if you decide to purchase this light, there's a link down in the description. Well, please hit that like button if you found this review helpful today, and be sure to stick around for this next video.